Hey everybody, Bob from Gil Skillz. I promised y'all at some point I would create a montage video of some of my favorite videos that I had created from Gil Skillz over the many years that I've been on YouTube. Well, today's that day. It's going to be about 2.5 hours long collectively, and there's going to be many videos on here that I consider decent videos. And I hope you feel that those are as well. I'm going to try to narrate as we go through, and I hope you enjoy. Watch, enjoy, use this to fall asleep, use this to watch during your day if you work at home. Do with it as you please. Just make sure that you leave a like and a comment, and you make sure that the view sticks. So, enjoy. What's a better way than to simply start at almost the very beginning and share with you one of the two inspirations for creating my channel in the very first place? That would be Moose Scrapper himself. Now, I'd been talking to Moose Scrapper here and there, but this is the very first collab that we actually had done together. So I hope you truly enjoy this video. Hey guys, I'm on my way to Southern Maine to go meet a fellow YouTuber. His name is the Moose Scrapper, and he is one of the YouTubers that are solely responsible for me starting my Gil Skillz channel. He was very, very inspiring, and sorry about the shakiness, but he was very, very inspiring to me, and him along with Barnacle-Lee's Nerdgasm. But anyway, make a long story short, he's got a lot of skills, and I'm on my way down to meet him, and we're going to do a video together, or a collaborative video, and see how it goes. So, yeah. Woohoo! Hey guys, Bob from Gil Skillz, and this is Don from the Moose Scrapper, a fellow Mainer that also scraps. Please look down and follow the link below to subscribe to his channel. He's trying really hard to get to 50,000 subscribers before the end of this year, so I'm sure he'd really appreciate that. Today's video is basically about computer recycling. Anything to do with any e-waste, more or less, in a computer. Motherboards, hard drives, there's all boards on that will have precious metals on them that you can either sell as a whole or send to the scrapyard as a whole and make money that way. Or if you're more ambitious, there is little components on these boards that you can take off them, and there's ways to do that too, to make a little extra money. If you get a little extra time, if you get the ambition. Like I always say, if you're sitting down watching TV, you can sit down, watch TV, and figure out extra ways to make money too. So I came down to visit Don from the Moose Scrapper today to kind of go over the best ways to identify what parts on a board is worth taking off and what precious metals are in those boards, so that you can bring them to the scrapyard, or you can sell them on eBay and get the most for your dollar. So Don, if you want to go ahead and take it away, that'd be awesome.
Sure thing. All right. So most computers you're going to have
Switch places with you.
you're going to have a few different types of boards. The standard thing you're going to find, the largest thing, is the motherboard. Now, when you open up the tower, it's going to be the largest circuit board that you see, and there's going to be a few things on it that you can pull off right away to either save for processing or sell as a whole. You're going to have RAM chips, which are going to be in these long slots. They kind of look like this. These have had the gold fingers trimmed because those are easy to recover the gold from, and Gil's going to be trying that himself. We've also got the CPUs that fit right in there. There are several different types of CPUs. You have some that are kind of flat like this. We'll get close-ups of it in a little bit, that don't have any pins or anything. These, there's really not a whole lot to them. The most valuable part is probably this cap right here, which is plated copper. Also on motherboards, you're going to have things like IC chips. These are all these little black chips over here. And a general rule of thumb that you'll read about on like the gold refining forum is that anything with 6 legs or more is worth keeping.
It's good to know.
Yeah, not all IC chips have gold. Most of them do. So because they're easy to process, why not just take them all? We also have other things like these BGA or flat pack chips. It's like a black square. You can usually see a little gold-plated tail on the bottom. Those pop off. Those have a fairly good gold content. All right, so there's a bunch of other things on here, but after those items that I've already mentioned, the amount of gold drops quite a bit, and other precious metals. So you have like all of these little plated pins. There's little IDE pins going in all these little places. A lot of these slots have metal pins with gold plating on them. It takes a lot of effort to get them out. There is gold in there, but you have to determine if it's worth it or not for you to really go digging that deep.
Absolutely. So now, in terms of, say, okay, somebody's got a whole bunch of motherboards and they decided they want to refine and pick off all these IC chips themselves.
Mm-hmm.
What's the What's the best method to use to get them off? Would a sand bath be the best way to go, or is there another method that would work?
Sand baths are great for very small boards, like hard drive logic boards. The bigger the board, the more heat it's going to pull out of that sand, and it's going to take longer for that sand to heat back up. That's not a very efficient way to remove it. With these, the most efficient way that I've seen is actually using an air chisel.
An air chisel?
Yeah, so if you have an air compressor, you just get a little air hammer and a chisel component, sharpen it down a little bit, and when it's on the table, all these things will just pop right off really easy within seconds. So, yeah.
That's easy.
It is. A lot of people will just use, like channel lock pliers and twist them off, or just a regular hammer and chisel and knock them off. You got to use what you have. So personally, at that point, that's where I usually stop pulling things off. At that point, anything else on there, you can still sell the board as a high-grade board, if not a motherboard, to any like online or scrapyard refiners. But if you want to go further, there's all kinds of other things like these small little boxes. Those are monolithic ceramic capacitors.
We'll get a close-up on that in a little bit, too.
Yep. They contain silver and palladium. And let's see what else we got in here. I don't see any tantalum capacitors, but there is a crystal oscillator there. Some of those can contain silver or gold.
And there are basically low, mid, and high-grade boards depending on what you pull it out of. Like this, for example, this came out of a hard drive, and essentially this board is worth more as a whole,
right?
Would it not?
Yeah.
From a scrapyard. So it may be worth just kind of collecting these and not taking anything off the board itself.
Yep.
What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, hard drive logic boards, these, I never touch these, because for the most part, they're worth about $10 a pound, depending on what gold is at. And it doesn't take a whole lot to throw a pound together. And versus the time taken to remove all the components, process them all in their each individual ways, it just makes a lot more sense to sell it as a whole. But while we have this board, there's also a couple of things on here that you might see on other boards. These are tantalum capacitors. And those, I think, are going for about $70 a pound right now.
Wow.
Yeah, but it takes a lot.
You need a lot of them to get to a pound.
Yeah. Yeah, same with those little monolithic ceramic capacitors. Those are almost $75 to $100 a pound. But again, it takes a lot to make a pound. So we're going to get a close-up of the board here. So I can show you these right here, the monolithic ceramic capacitors. These tiny little boxes. They're located all over the board. You've got some little ICs over here. That one's got way more than 6 legs, so you're going to want to take those. Here is the crystal oscillator. There's one of them. Those pop off pretty easy.
Oh, like that.
Yep. And let's see, what else do we need a close-up of? These little IDE pins. Those have some pretty good gold plating on them. One quick thing, though, if you're going to sell these boards to a online refiner, they're going to ask you to remove the batteries. Some of these may contain silver. the first thing to check to see if they have silver or not is to look at the size. If it's bigger than a dime, it doesn't have silver.
Okay. Good to know.
So some of the other boards that you're going to find in computers, you're going to find these hard drive logic boards, which we've mentioned. I'm not really sure why these are like the most valuable board, but they are.
Yeah, they have similar components to a motherboard.
Right. I don't know if it's just because it's more dense and the boards are typically really thin, so it's more weight of recovery material. But so there's that. You're also going to find PCI cards or just peripheral cards inside. This looks like I don't know what that was. But this would have been like a modem card. Now, Gil cut off the fingers on this one, so they would have looked kind of like this. All right, but those are really easy to recover the gold from. So, if you want to dabble in it, I would suggest that the first thing that you try gold recovery with. So you got these. You can also sell. I mean, once they're trimmed, again, you can either try and remove all these components, or sell them as a whole to online refiners. You don't need to remove that metal plate. You just sell them all just like that.
Yeah, good to know, guys. The metal fingers, the gold fingers themselves are actually going to yield probably the most gold, but it's going to take you quite some time to gain enough of them to yield any type of results. If you look at some of Don's videos, you'll notice that he's actually refined some gold fingers and he's yielded maybe a couple of grams. So you'll want to collect for quite a while before you attempt to do any of the refining process, which you can also find on Don's channel.
Mm-hmm. It looks like another board we have. This is inside of a power supply. Now, power supply boards, you can sell your power supply as a whole, and the scrapyards will usually give you different prices depending on if you keep the pigtail or the wire cluster with them or not. Mm-hmm. I used to take them apart because they have some pretty heavy aluminum heat sinks, and oftentimes if you just take those out, you're going to make more money on the unit, but they can be a bit of a hassle to get out.
In my experience, the board's all broken up by the time you try to get them out and to get to the screws and whatnot. Yeah. So I agree with you there.
Yeah, but if you've got the time and nothing else to do, I mean, there's copper in here as well. Copper, more copper, copper in the transformer, copper there. So there's a good mix of solid metals and one little IC in there.
The only experience is going to tell you guys whether or not you're going to want to take these things apart,
right?
And separate the metals to try to make more money. There are some people that just don't want to waste the time and just sell it as a whole, and they take it to the scrapyard. And what do they call it? What's the term they use for the power supplies? Is it like a mixed metal type of thing?
Some places, yeah.
Or do they give you a light iron cost or shred or something?
Yep. So one other quick thing that I wanted to mention, and I've seen this on videos before, and I've seen a lot of people get all excited about it, but for no reason. So a lot of people will pull out a motherboard like this and say, "Oh my God, look at all that gold!"
I hit the jackpot.
Right, it's not gold.
You did not hit the jackpot.
This is what this is. It's copper with a lacquer finish on it that makes it look gold tone. Now, what Gil did bring me, something that I've never seen before, is a motherboard that actually does have some gold flashing on it. So if you look, you can see the clear difference between the two. I mean, it shines. Gold it's after a while of looking at it, it's unmistakable. I mean, you can pick it out of pretty much anything. But compared to this, I mean, there really is no comparison. So this board would fetch a much higher price.
Just so you guys know, as a thank you, I'm giving the Moose Scrapper all these. I brought these down from my man cave, so you can have them as a thank you for all of the plugging of my channel and all of his subscribers coming over to subscribe to Gil Skillz channel.
Anytime. So you've got different CPU size refiners. You see that square right here on this one and on this one. Some refiners like you to sort the motherboards out by that size. The larger ones will get you more money because they're older. And as you can tell, you look at the two boards. This one's got a ton of ICs on it. This one doesn't. This one's got a lot more slots with gold plating in it. This one, not so much. Plus, because the technology was older when this was made, plating technology wasn't also as great, so the plating's going to be a little bit thicker. Not a whole lot, but
The CPUs that normally go here too, like on this particular unit, you would probably get more gold off of the fingers on that processor due to the age of the unit.
Yep.
The older PCs had more gold plating on them, which is really nice for scrappers like us to find.
the RAM sticks that you pull off the motherboard, these are really easy to process as well. There's really not a whole lot to them. You've got the trimmed finger, or the gold fingers that are cut off. And the ones that come on these are usually much smaller, but they run the whole length. And then you have the little IC chips on them. RAM ICs tend to be really high yield. So if you're going to try processing those, I suggest starting with these. And also on the board, you're going to find very tiny, like monolithic ceramic capacitors, and these other little chips are really small, but they can contain things like ruthenium, which is also, a semi-precious metal. You'll notice that sometimes on the corners, you'll see those little gold-plated sections on there. Tiny, tiny amount of gold, but if you want to chase it, there it is.
Actually, I watched one of Don's videos on those RAM chips, and you can kind of have your cake and eat it too with these, because you can actually trim the gold fingers off, like he was saying. And there are people out there that will buy these RAM chips as they are right now, which is really cool. So, I mean, you got the gold for the refining, and then you could sell these because of the IC chips. Yep. They're in pretty high demand right now, which is really nice.
Okay, so we just have a couple more things to go over as far as like computers. We have the boards that you'll find in like DVD or CD-ROMs. These are not as high yielding as motherboards, but they still get a good $2 or $3 a pound. Same things you're going to find on them. You're going to find the gold-plated IDE pins, IC chips, some monolithic ceramic capacitors. Sometimes you'll find some tantalum capacitors. But that's pretty much it for those boards. And finally, these boards. These are the boards that you find on the sides of flat panel monitors. All right, I have mixed feelings about these because yes, they look pretty. There is gold on them, but this is some of the hardest gold that I've ever had to try and get off of a board. So, and it's really, really thinly plated. So even when it does come off, you most likely won't see it floating in the AP. One of the things that you can do if you have like a painter's razor, it's a really smooth board, so you can just put this on a hard surface and slide the razor right up it, and you'll remove all the monolithic ceramic capacitors, all those little guys. You'll leave the gold plate on, and at that point, I'll leave it up to you. You can try and process the gold yourself. I'd hate to see you get discouraged.
Yeah,
because there's not a lot of gold and it takes forever to come off. I've got a bucket over there going with the last video that I posted. It was filmed in November, and I just checked it with Gil here, and those foils are still stuck to the board.
Stick to the gold fingers and the stuff that you will yield the most gold.
RAM and PCI cards.
Yep, RAM, PCI cards, things of that nature.
My best suggestion to you would be to pick off what you want, like the IC chips or whatever, and then just sell them.
I would have to agree with that.
I mean, there are other boards that come in monitors like these that don't really have any of that gold plating on it, but they still have IC chips and some gold-plated pins here and there. So again, boards like this would probably be considered mid-grade. The nice thing is that they have some weight to it, so a total refiner online would you'd make some good money with these.
Sweet.
Yeah, I think that's about it.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for collaborating with me and my channel. I appreciate it. I'm going to keep pushing people to your channel, and I think we're going to see more videos coming between Gil Skillz and the Moose Scrapper here, and we'll see you on the next one.
I really enjoyed that collaboration with the Moose Scrapper. Don's a really good guy, and it really gave me the confidence that I needed to propel my YouTube channel to the next level at the time. Anyway, let's go ahead and get to the next video. The next video I chose specifically because it was the first time that I had gone scrapping or picked up scrap from a location and found a really cool nugget that I turned around and sold for a decent amount of money. And you'll see it as the video progresses, and of course I will point it out at the very end, and I believe I let you know how much I got for said item. So go ahead, enjoy, and I'll see you in a little bit. Hey guys, Bob from Gil Skillz. It's a beautiful Sunday, and I'm gonna go watch Deadpool 2 with some friends, and then after Deadpool 2 I am going to head over to a friend that I work with's house. He's actually moving to Florida, but he's throwing out a whole bunch of stuff, and he asked me to come over and pick up some juicy little scrap tidbits. So stay tuned for this exciting episode of Gil Skillz. Alright, just got out of the movie, and which was awesome, by the way. I would highly recommend it if you're a Deadpool fan. I'm going to check a dumpster here, and then I was told by a commenter that, well, it's highly recommended that I check a specific dumpster over at Harbor Freight. So I'm going to have to definitely do that. Let's see, I see a bunch of wood. I see a bunch of cardboard. No, there's nothing really here. Oh well, it was worth looking. Let's check out Harbor Freight. I don't have a great deal of time, but I definitely have a little bit of time to check out Harbor Freight. Like I said, it was highly recommended by Tommy Trailers to check out the Harbor Freight dumpster, and I have to agree. There's probably some really good stuff in there, but I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. But I'm almost there. Almost there. Ugh. So how y'all doing? What a beautiful weekend. Saturday it looked like it was going to rain, but Friday was okay, and Sunday was beautiful. Couldn't have asked for a better day. All my fellow scrappers out there, I hope you're doing well as well. Nope, that's Lowe's. We don't want to go there. Well, at some point we do want to go there, but today I'm on a specific mission to check out Harbor Freight. So let's see here. Alright, so Harbor Freight is right there. So we're gonna take a swing out back and see what we can find. And there's so many dumpsters. So many dumpsters, so little time. I'll check out that one real quick. What the heck? I didn't wear my headband yet. So ill prepared. Oh, there's a shopping cart in here. My goodness. I was hoping for some cords or something. If I had the trailer with me, I'd absolutely take that shopping cart. That's a whole bunch of stainless, I think. Some pallets. I don't know if that is... I don't know if that's Harbor Freight's trash or not. But it looks like it's all internal. I guess I can't say I blame them. They probably have a lot of trash pickers or garbage. Yeah. Let's see, we got a few more dumpsters over here. Let's check them out. All right. Thank goodness for air conditioning, huh? A chair and car seat. I don't see much else. There's a tote there. There's some candy canes with some light in it if I really wanted to get in there. What's that? Nope. Oh, that's a cover. I thought it was a wire. That's too bad. I think this is a... yeah, I think this is for cardboard and whatnot. Darn. I was hoping to see a better yield. All right. So I'm at my buddy's house, and this is what he left for me. It was so kind. It's a whole bunch of metal and aluminum and some hard steel and copper and a plethora of stuff here. So I'm going to take as much as I can. Looks like I should be able to fit all of it. And we'll go from there.
What's going to happen? The economy,
I've got everything that I needed, or I could fit in my SUV. I probably could have fit a little more in there. I'm not as good at Tetrising everything as some people, but I'm working on it. So I'll show you specifically everything I got when I get back to the house. I get a little bit of everything. I've got some steel, copper, there's some pieces of brass and whatnot, so looking forward to showing you. Baby, how you doing? You do good, doogie. I know, all that new stuff, huh? All right. So, I got a ton of stuff here. As you can see, there's actually little bits of brass and whatnot in here. Sorry guys, my allergies getting the best of me here. So these are little bits and pieces that I picked up as far as steel and whatnot. So I got some mesh fencing here. I may throw that in the scrap pile, I may not. I don't know. Might be able to use that. And these here look antique. And there might be a market for this. I might throw them up on eBay or see if someone was interested in buying them local. But I'm willing to bet that I could get some money for them. I'm going to do a little research and see what they go for. And we'll go from there. This ain't worth a whole heck of a lot. It's got a made in China sticker on it. But these look very vintage. See any writing on it, but I'm going to do some research and see what I can get for those. So here's some of the good stuff. I've got 1, 2, 3 trailer hitches that I am going to either put on a barter swap site or throw up on eBay. I'm going to try to sell it on the barter swap site because they just weigh a whole ton. And I really don't feel like messing with the extra shipping. Let's see. I got some nails here. Galvanized nails. Let's hope I didn't get any of those on the ground. But I've got some sway bars for a camper. pair of sway bars in really good condition. So I may very well sell those or try to sell them and see how that goes. This Black & Decker hedge trimmer is actually in pretty good condition, and I was told it does work, so I'll test it out and see if it does. And if it does, we'll see about trying to sell that for $5 or $10 on a barter swap site. We got a portable jumper box that's chock full of copper, and no doubt has some batteries in it too that we can get. Hopefully they're lead acid, so the scrapyard will take them. And got this vintage horn here. I don't know. I mean, to be honest, I'm not sure how old it is. If anybody knows, or if you recognize this, or if it's junk, just leave a comment down below and let me know. It looks like it's pretty much junk. It looks like it's rusted out. But there's some wire on there that I'm going to grab off that. And then I've got this copper bearing motor in here for this grinder. Not angle grinder, but the grinder. And then I've got this vise. This looks vintage to me too. So let me know what you guys think. I mean, I'm going to do my own research and see what I can find out about this stuff. And hopefully I can do a supplemental video and show you guys what I posted this for and if any of it's sold. Let's see. And the rest here, it looks like we get a charger. And then the rest is pretty much wire, which is awesome. I got a whole ton of wire, as you can see. So I'm going to strip that down. And oh yeah, I got one last thing that I wanted to show you as well. This could be the piece de resistance. And it's not in the best of shape, mind you, but it's an old golf sign. I mean, it's super, super heavy. This side doesn't look all that great, but the other side, well, let me bring this over here so you guys can see it better. I got a little bit more leverage. The other side actually looks better. I think that's pretty darn cool. I don't think I'm going to scrap that. I think there's actually a market out there for people that like these sort of signs. So I'm going to do a little research on that and see what I can find out. Remember this 1940s porcelain Gulf Refining Company sign that I had in a video a couple videos back? Well, I put it up on eBay, and lo and behold, it actually sold for $227.51. Not bad from grabbing it from a scrap pile. One of these signs in near mint condition sold recently for $1,700. They seem pretty rare. This is a great example of trash to cash. Trash to cash indeed. It's awesome when you can find those little nuggets amongst all the scrap metal, amongst all the tin shred and steel and copper and aluminum and all that fun stuff. You find something that you can actually resell and make more money on. And this one was, to this day, one of my favorite videos because I never made more than that amount of money on trash, to be perfectly honest with you. Well, it wasn't trash, it was technically a collectible. But anyway, we're going to get back to the videos, the marathon that you guys came here for. So the next video is going to be pretty straightforward. It's going to be a micro scrapping video, one of many that I actually have in my arsenal of videos. I chose this one because it seemed to be fairly popular. Now, a lot of scrappers don't like to micro scrap and take apart vacuum cleaners for obvious reasons. There's sanitary type of issues that you got to contend with and all that. But when it comes to micro scrapping your own vacuum cleaner, and if you've never done it before and you want to know what's inside of it, it's a great video to watch. And I narrated through this entire video, and it's one of the better videos because during this time I was actually upping my video game. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in a little bit. It's time for the next micro-scrapping challenge. This vacuum sucks because it failed to suck. Stay tuned for this exciting episode of Gil Skillz. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Bob, and this is Gil Skillz. Today we have the honor of micro-scrapping a vacuum cleaner. A vacuum cleaner that we've had for years, but unfortunately has broken down and no longer works. So let's go ahead and start the process of deconstructing and micro-scrapping. The first item on our list to deconstruct and micro-scrap is the beta bar. First thing we need to do is remove all the screws on the very bottom to separate the plastic cover. For those of you that like what you see and are new to the channel, please feel free to hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, maybe comment and throw in a few likes for good measure. Sharing this video with others would also be very much appreciated. Here's the meat and potatoes of the beta bar. The motor. The copper-bearing motor. I'd like to give a special shout out to MU Free Music for Your Videos, a fantastic YouTube channel that creates their own music, and we as YouTube creators can use this free of charge and royalty free. Just credit the creator, of course. Thank you, MU Free Music for Your Videos, and congratulations on recently reaching 3,000 subscribers, a monumental achievement. Congratulations again. There's not much left to this beta bar. A whole bunch of plastic, there's a few wires, and a few bits that have brass in them. There's a power cord that's in that hose that led to the beta bar. I'm going to take it out. At the end of the hose, there's two brass rings that I'm going to want to collect. Another great YouTube channel I recommend looking into is Puza Studios. Andrew and Ksenia are a married couple that give a 1-2 punch when it comes to supporting their fellow YouTubers. They have interviews, how-tos, shout-outs, game nights, and much more on their live streams. Trust me, you'll want to put Puza Studios on your must-watch list, as they are truly awesome. Time to get that power cord out of that hose. You're probably asking yourself, is it really worth all this effort to get that little bit of copper out of that tube? Well, my job is to deconstruct and micro-scrap all of these things so you can be the judge for yourself. Oh yeah, mission accomplished. Got that cord out of there. In this aluminum bar, there's some brass pieces that I want to get out. There's 2 strips of beautiful brass for the dream. Now it's time to move on to the main body of the vacuum cleaner. Absolutely no screw is left behind. We have a power board in the back, as well as the power cord, and a copper bearing motor. Look at that nice beefy motor. And a beautiful power cord as well. Time to take out those brass rings we had discussed earlier. It's time to take that plastic cover off that copper bearing motor. Here we're taking the plastic off the beta bar copper bearing motor. Here's the fruits of our labor. Here's the 2 copper bearing motors that we pulled out of this vacuum, along with the very long power cord, a couple of low to mid-grade boards, along with switches, springs, screws, and some brass bits that we pulled out of it as well. And some miscellaneous wire along with some more number 2 insulated, and some brass bits and tubes. And some aluminum. And a whole heaping pile of plastic. That's right, all of that plastic came out of that vacuum cleaner. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And until the next time, have a scrap happy day.
If you want to learn to micro scrap, forget all the other YouTube crap. In his vehicle that he fills with all of the e-waste thrills, he has energy but he takes no pills. Shows you how you can pay your bills. So much scrap, it's like Scrap Hills. It's Gil Skillz.
There's nothing like a good micro scrapping session, is there? I enjoyed taking apart that vacuum cleaner. Even though it's not a popular choice, there was still some nuggets to be had in that vacuum cleaner. Now, with the next video, it is kind of a tribute to the live streams that I started. At this point along the timeline of my channel, I started to do live streams, and I really wanted to help YouTube creators grow, learn, and learn those tips and tricks that will help them become successful. With that being said, I made a feel-good piece video about just getting into it and doing your best and being a part of the YouTube community. I was very proud of this, and I ultimately ended up putting this in the introduction of all of my live streams for probably years to come. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and play this. It's only a few minutes, and then we'll get on to the next video. Hope you enjoy it. I love that introduction video. Every time I watch it, I tend to get goosebumps with the awesome YouTube creators that are on there, the music that was chosen. I just love that video. And along the timeline of the channel, live streams were starting to get really popular, and my channel was no exception. I was starting to get popular because I did live streams on the regular. So with that being said, I met a whole bunch of YouTube creators online, and we became friends. The next course of the evolutionary path for friendship and whatnot and collaboration would be a creators tour. So I decided to travel out west and meet a whole bunch of YouTube creators in person. And it was an extraordinary experience. This was in 2019, if I'm not mistaken, and it sprung a tradition from there on out. I think I only missed 1 year between 2019 and today, which the date of this filming is 2025, September 1st. So with that being said, I'm going to play this next video for you. It is the Visiting Creators Tour 2019. Now, before I begin this video, the very first YouTuber that I go to visit is, his name is Dave. His channel is called Ghost Mafia. Dave had passed away recently, so I want to pay my respects and my love to him and his family right now. So I love you guys. I hope you're doing well, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. See you in a bit. You ready for this?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Traffic sucks. Doesn't it, Austin?
Yes.
Look at that traffic. Rush hour. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you know my buddy Austin. So we're in Rhode Island. We're just about to leave. Before we leave, we had to stop at, I know you can't see that, but it's Santero's Pizza Hot Wieners to pick up the New York style hot wieners that I hold so dearly, that I love and miss about Rhode Island. So we're going to open those up, and we're going to have just a minute or two mukbang here just to show you what they look like. There you go. Yeah, just break them out. We got 10, so, you know, we can share. So that's what they look like as a whole there. They're just, oh, they're delicious. They really, really are. So essentially they're little hot wieners, they're tiny hot dogs with seasoned beef on them. They've got the onions on top. They've got a line of mustard on them, and they've got celery salt on them. So I'm gonna go ahead and take one. Austin's gonna go ahead and take one. We'll eat one before we take off here. Go ahead, Austin. Tell me what you think. I don't know if you've ever had these.
Very good.
You like them? Yeah, they're very good. Boom, 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 boom. Let's see. In the old hole it goes. Here it goes. Oh man, oh, that is so good. That is so good. All right. So anyway, we're gonna be heading out. We're gonna be hitting the highway. We're gonna start heading toward Ghost Mafia's neck of the woods and hang and visit with him. And the next time you hear from me, I will be going live, hopefully with Ghost Mafia, probably tomorrow sometime. But I'll let you know. Take care, guys. This is Thursday morning. We just got up. We had a fairly decent night's sleep at the day's end, albeit no internet there. But hey, we're not complaining. We're having a great old time. We got Ghost Mafia in front of us, and we're going to be headed to breakfast in true style and fashion, we're going to have an all-you-can-eat buffet of breakfast goodness. So stay tuned. There'll probably be a little bit more filming. Yeah, guys.
She done took a crap in my vehicle.
Hey, I didn't get the chance to shake your hand, man. Good to see you. What's going on, man?
Not a whole lot. Got some maniacs in here.
Yes, I hope I didn't interrupt your stream, man.
Oh no, not at all. Not
This is
yet.
my son,
anyway.
Austin. Austin, this is Bill.
Nice to meet you, man.
Yeah. Sweet. So are you going to do a live?
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
You want a tour?
Sure. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Are you allowed to use this out back or no? I just want to be respectful.
I do. Use mine. out
Okay,
there.
as long as you don't mind, I'm going to keep using it.
Yeah.
So
So
Bill's going to give us a tour of the back. Awesome.
Show enough. Yeah, you're definitely privileged, you know. So, you know, knowing me and all that stuff, you know, if you know me, then you're privileged. So, I don't know.
I've had Bill on quite a few of my panels. We got to make that happen again soon, Bill.
Yeah, for sure. Don't pay any attention to the light bulbs there.
Not worried about it, dude.
And these ones, I gotta. They either have a ballast bed or it's in because I've already changed those bulbs. But these are
We're in the bowels of Bill's lair.
They're actually. I think they might be taller than you. I don't know.
He is.
But two of my bikes. That's
Nice.
a friend of mine's that I'm working on. But yeah, this is the back. I was actually getting ready to start.
Sweet. Yeah, like I said, I wasn't sure if I was going to be here around. I thought it was going to be right around 4:30 or so. So, and we ran into a bit of traffic just before we got here. So
74.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So this is what you're staying in right now?
No, actually, that's what I'm staying in right now.
Oh.
Yeah. But yeah, it's, you know, that actually is warmer than this, and I'm more used to being in a van the times that I've done it part-time and stuff like that. I think his son's getting some rope. I don't know.
No.
I
The
don't know
lime
what's
and the
going
shovel.
on.
Whether he got the rope. But yeah, he's filming a little bit of us.
So he's
doing
filming a live stream.
So I've got something to throw together in terms of video of the journey.
Yeah, the journey.
How you doing, buddy?
Good.
Whoop. So we're here. We're here at the compound. It's almost 9:30 in the morning Central Time. We're here to visit Scrap Kingdom, aka Scrap Life 24/7. Anywho, he is going to be meeting us here, and this is his compound, as you can see, exactly as depicted in his videos. He's definitely got a lot of stuff here, a lot of material. That's super cool. Yeah, we can help him clean this up. Maybe help him, because it looks like he got his truck towed. Apparently there was an issue with the truck. Broke down on him. We'll see if we can give him a hand getting it fixed today. That is super cool to see this thing in person. I know you guys aren't seeing it in person, but it's kind of a unique perspective looking at this with me in it. So, but yeah, we're just waiting for Martin to show up. Got him a nice orange juice to start his day off right. And then we'll go from there. Who knows?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, how you doing?
Alrighty. Yeah.
It's good to finally see you, man.
Yeah, right?
This is my son Austin.
Hey, buddy.
This is Is it Martin or Marty?
Martin, you don't matter. That's Dominic.
Dominic, it's a pleasure to meet you, bud.
Austin. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, no, normally the gate, you know what I mean? The gate, but
Oh, it was open right up,
yeah,
so I came in and I'm like,
managers and the bulldozers like texting me. He's like, "Want me to shoot some flies off of?" I'm like, like shoot, you guys. Like he didn't know who was back there. I go, no, he's all right. Take the weight out. And there's a ballast inside there.
check that out.
Oh.
It actually feels like
So
glass.
all you really need is a flathead screwdriver to get out of there, pretty much.
Got one over there.
We have a drill
Over there?
I'll grab one.
We have drills with attachments.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that works too. I mean, either way, manually or otherwise, we can do it.
Yeah, right.
Take that puppy apart. And we got another 2 of them over here we could do. Yeah, that's a decent amount of freaking aluminum.
They're constructed a little differently, though.
Yeah. Dang.
That's enough garbage to last for days, so.
It works. It works. Me and Austin have been helping with the copper end of it. We're just trying to fill a couple of bins, collect all the copper. We're going with the insulated number 2 and the low grade wire first, and then we're going to work our way up to copper tubing, and then eventually, we might help deconstruct a few of these big things for the big aluminum pieces. And then whatever else Scrap Life needs done, we're going to help them with. Hey, there's another rad. I'll go put that over by the Sawzall.
We got all the fun tools.
Okay.
Oh, sweet. I love tools.
Yeah, right? Tools that
Awesome.
work.
I like tools that work too. Sweet.
I need a fluid sensation for that one.
Yes, sir. When it rains, it pours. Yeah. So we might divert from outside Scrap Life to inside Scrap Life for a little bit, because it's coming down. It's morning time at the compound. We might be working on that truck today. I'd like to get that up and running for him again, or help him at least. Speaking of the man, there's a man.
If it's possible, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
After reverse engineering that problem that, Scrap Farm said that he said it's tranny fluid anyway, so
He thinks it's transmission fluid?
yeah. That's what Bert from Scrap Farm claims it is tranny fluid, so we're gonna go with Scrap Farm.
Well,
Okay, we're gonna go with his claim.
yeah, I
You know
mean,
what I mean?
you got to lead, you know what I mean?
Yeah, the boy knows the stuff.
Oh, I have no doubt about that.
Yeah.
No doubt about that.
It's a good channel,
Well, you heard it, ladies and gentlemen. Scrap Life 24/7 recommends Scrap Farm.
it's Scrap Farm, yeah, that's a good channel, dude.
So I think today we're going to help out as much as we can. Maybe we'll try to organize a section of this place for him. He's got all this this aluminum needs to be cut up and cleaned up, and he's got some pallets distributed kind of all over the compound. We might kind of organize that, put it close to the building for him. And also what I'd like to do, if possible, is those noodles we were working on yesterday. He's got a ton of them out here right now. And of course, he rakes these up. But what I'd like to do, my son's on them right now. We're actually working right now. And we're working on those. We're trying to fill that tote. I'd love to fill that tote for him today so that he can cash that in. You know, because like anybody else, he's got bills he's got to pay. And, you know, some of them are coming due rather sooner than later. But yeah, so we're going to go ahead and get started, and hopefully we'll have a good day. Yeah, yours. We saw our White Castle. We couldn't resist. We had to stop by and have some White Castle goodness. Booyah!
Ready?
How you doing?
I'm fantastic.
That's Eileen, guys.
Is that baby
Right
shark?
there.
This is cousin Tracy. My
Cousin Tracy.
I'm wife Gina.
I'm white. That's her. Wife Gina.
I'm wife Rebecca.
Who's that guy?
That's
The
the main man. Martin.
The main man.
Main man. The man, the myth, the legend.
Yeah, we gotta make it.
Oh, yeah. Yep, for sure.
Dominic.
That's Mr. Dominic.
Yeah.
Awesome. The king of Tetris.
Oh yeah.
Tetrasini.
I'm the king of Tetris.
No, you're not. You're the queen of
But
Tetrasini.
he is the next king in line for the throne.
But
And not the throne you think either.
Oh my.
you get crowned with a toilet seat.
You get crowned with a toilet seat. And that's the mother-in-law Yolanda.
There's a channel you need
Hi,
to
Yolanda.
Hi.
Billy B.
And that's Uncle Mike.
Uncle Mike.
Uncle Mike.
There you go. And that's father-in-law Terry.
Awesome. These guys invited me to their wonderful home, or their wonderful family's home, I should say, for an awesome meal, awesome company.
Yay.
Yeah, I think I made awesome new friends.
Yes. So next time,
We
whenever,
got somebody outside
make him bring you
taking the
back
parts off
with
his
no
car.
scrapping involved to like go
Yeah.
swimming and stuff like that, and go downtown and show you Navy
Yeah.
hair.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Austin, did he trick you? No.
Oh, he knew full well what he was getting into.
No, he's like, oh, we're gonna do scrapping, and then if we have time.
I've been working on that evil laugh, haven't I?
Was he doing the sinister laugh in the hotel?
Sometimes.
You're like,
Oh, come
you
on.
got Golden Corral, isn't that good?
And White Castle.
You were gonna get pizza.
Well, we can still get pizza
Oh, yeah.
tomorrow.
Yeah, you-
You said it yourself.
tomorrow.
As I go
tonight.
I was like, "Oh, squirrel!" Like we were turning the corner, we were on our way, literally on our way to the pizza place, and oh, White Castle! Blinker on, pulled in. He's like, "Oh, I guess we're not getting pizza." I'm like, "Nope." Holy guacamole! It's Paul,
Gil Skillz.
Scrap and Pal Man in the flesh.
Dude.
Ah, a whole heck of a lot, brother. It's great to see you. Come on, but it's good to see you, man. This is my son, Austin.
Hi, Austin. How are you?
This is Paul. Scrap and Pal Man.
All right. So is that your main camera?
I
On this trip?
I got a GoPro too. I haven't taken it out yet. Though.
Okay.
I got one of those jockstrap hats.
Yeah. Yeah. With the legs, put on the head.
I might do it. Let it charge up while we're there. Put it on. I don't know if you're planning on wearing yours.
I will, yeah.
All right, we'll just have to turn and look at each other wearing our jockstrap hats.
Totally, yeah. Actually, I wear my big green hat goes above it.
Yeah.
So it looks like just a little thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can't really tell.
Oh, now that's smart. Made it.
So, is that his? Oh, that's his van, isn't it?
Yep, that's his van.
Okay.
And his truck's not too much further ahead. Unfortunately, it's broke down right now, but
Marty!
he's getting his started.
All right. So this is the secret compound.
of scrap life, 24/7.
Gotta love it.
What is up? I brought money with me because I saw a tricycle that you have.
Yeah,
I don't know if you still have it.
Which tricycle?
It was a 3-wheel bicycle.
Oh, that's over here.
See that?
Oh, yeah.
Of course, I gotta shake your hand, man.
Oh, okay. I was trying to.
My friend.
Hello. You guys are smart for not driving over the land of swell. I got a black one.
You told me I was.
You cordoned it off for us.
Yeah, right?
How goes the radiator replacement?
Well, it's going, and I started pouring water into it, and I forgot I didn't put the bottom hose on there. I heard water just pouring straight out.
Oh, right, yeah. The little things.
You don't want to get an airplane maintained by me.
I just gotta.
What happens right before I go to the hospital?
I gotta record. I mean, these guys are two icons right there. These guys are. They inspired me to start my channel. These guys, and the Moose Scrapper, and just to have them together all at once is. It's an experience and a half, man. It really is. I just having the two of you in the same shot.
You're a hugger, but
All right. First and foremost, let me just. All right. Good. Marty's working on his truck to get it running. Mine, I've got to tighten up some bolts here that came loose on the way down here, because I mean the highway can be pretty rough at times. It's just the sway bar end links. They came loose is all. No big deal. But we'll get that all squared away, right, Austin? Let's make sure all the lugs are in one place. Now you're gonna need to kind of give it a light kick. Go ahead. Well, toward the outside so that it'll come off the rim. There you go. All right, perfect. So that way we can get in. See, the culprit, there's some knocking going on, and the culprit's that sway bar end link right there. And it may have jarred loose. I think that's a 19. We're gonna cinch it up good, you know, just to be on the safe side. You know, everything else is perfectly tight. I mean, nothing's shaking, rattling, or anything else other than these. What happens is when the car rocks, you know, from one side to the other, it's ever so loose. You know, I mean, very, very little loose in terms of being loose. And, you know, this will rock up and down. And so we just got to loosen it up just a smidge. You can hear it in the car. It's annoying as hell.
The husband being himself decided he was going to go out fishing for a while this morning, so he should be home sometime within the next hour.
Excuse me.
Great seeing you. Great seeing you. We're getting recorded here.
This is my son, Austin.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
This is Crystal. This is where the magic happens with R5 Adventures.
You normally just see the green screen and nothing else.
It's pretty awesome being here. There's the birthday girl. She was the birthday girl. She was just recently the birthday girl.
And you got Cheetos.
What's your name, young man?
What's your name? Mr. I need a haircut.
That's okay. No big deal.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good.
What's your name?
Joy.
It is nice to meet you. This is T-Rex. Hey, T-Rex.
As it is so lovingly called. It will sound like it would be a.
They call him T-Rex. Why?
Because he's got some extremely short arms. Just like a T-Rex.
Yeah.
Ever since
For those of you that don't know, R5 Adventures does breed bearded dragons. She breeds them, and she also sells them and gives them to loving homes. There's 3 decent-sized bearded dragons in here. I think 3. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. There we go. And then we've got. Oh wow, there's one right there.
That's Creeper.
Creeper.
like I said,
Wow. So
Creeper
yeah, I think that's super cool.
Now they're gonna fight over babies.
Boom, boom. I made them some eggplant parm. Little 9x9 sheet. Just enough. And our good buddy Crystal is about to try it.
Well, he's getting the camera ready too, I believe.
Will she like it? Will she hate it? We will not know for another few seconds.
I'm waiting for the ding.
What ding is there?
Oh, I heard you said that.
I want honesty.
It is actually really good. It is good.
You like it?
It's got like a nice sweetness to it.
Yeah.
Like, it is really good.
If you don't like it, you just say so.
I'm going for a second bite.
Well, that's great, but I just don't want you to do it because I'm recording on my channel here.
It's really good. It's got like that sweetness, and then the sausage. The sausage definitely helps with that flavor combo.
Oh yeah.
It is really good.
I'm glad you like it.
That is probably better than lasagna in my book.
Would anybody else like to try some?
It is really good.
You gonna finish that?
I'll finish that. I'll get them some.
Okay. What do you think?
It's delicious. It's a new world for me.
I think you said that too soft for anyone to hear it.
Oh, I think the camera picked it up just
I
fine.
am not loud.
All right.
I'm not loud.
I'm glad you liked it. Seriously. I figured there'd be at least one of you that'd be like, bleh.
Well, if we gave it to the 10-year-old, that we'd hear that.
Meeting YouTube creators like that for the very first time is very thrilling. It's amazing. And I feel like I made friends that will last a lifetime. It's pretty cool if you think about it. This next video is a little different. We're going to be going back to the micro scrapping roots, or scrapping out and recycling things. This next video will have me scrapping out and recycling a Nintendo Wii. Whee! I hope you enjoy it. Hey, welcome back to another exciting episode of Gil Skillz. Today, we're not playing any games. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, because today we're going to be micro-scrapping this Nintendo Wii. Let's get to it, shall we? All right, for those of you that have been around a while, you know what to do. But for those of you that are new to the channel, please feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell to learn whenever there's a new video on Gil Skillz. It would mean a lot to me. It would mean a lot to the channel and the YouTube algorithm. So we've got this Nintendo Wii that we're going to go ahead and take apart, disassemble, see what inner goodness is on the inside. So I figured the first thing we'll do is we'll go ahead and take apart the controllers and see what's in there. Screwdriver here. We've got some tiny screws in there. It looks like we've got a metal spring here. Let's go ahead and see if we can get that. Ooh, those clever bastards. Those aren't traditional screws. Those are those tri-tipped screws to try to prevent people from taking these apart. But fortunately, I actually have the tip needed to take these out. So I'll go ahead and do that. Those are not tri-tips. That's a tri-tip. All right, let's go ahead and take this off real quick. Get all four of those out, so let's see if I can open this up. Okay, I've never opened one of these before, so this should be interesting, huh? So we got some plastic with some buttons. I'll go ahead and start putting that over here. And we got more rubber. We got a speaker. And we got more plastic over here. So these are all the buttons and plastic. All right. There's a little bit more metal in there. I'm going to grab that in just a second. More rubber, plastic. There's going to be a lot of plastic here. So this is what the inside of one of these controllers looks like. It's actually pretty cool. There's a lot of gold flashing on here, which is really nice. A little mini flat pack. I think that's an IC. A few other little doodads here and there. Interesting little board. Some gold flash tips up here as well. I'll go ahead and set that aside, and I'll get the other one done here real quick. All right, here's the second controller. Now I want to make one thing perfectly clear. You know, because I do these videos, I do a lot of these teardowns. A lot of the things that I'm doing, you know, with the Gil Skillz channel and No Metal Left Behind, a lot of what I'm doing here is just to simply show you guys what metal is in any given object, any given piece of e-waste or what have you. I don't always go for every single bit of metal that is in whatever I'm scrapping. So I do it because I like tearing things apart for you guys and showing you what's inside. But do I do it on a regular basis? No. Would you do it on a regular basis? Probably not. But it's nice to know if some things have metal and where they are in case you do want to do it. So that's why I disassemble all this stuff. Perfectly disassemble, like totally disassemble all this stuff. Well, let's go ahead and continue, shall we? All right, let's see. We got, oh man. This piece right here, this little, you know, controller thingy has got, let me snip the wire here. This with the other wire. All right, we get a couple more of those tri-wing screw tips, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get it in there. That's what she said. The reason you guys saw me having such trouble with the controllers was because this is too fat. This piece right here is too fat to fit down there, and it was slightly longer than this piece here. Like it was a deeper hole, and this is way deeper. So there's no way I'm going to be able to get these screws. So I'm just going to kind of rip it apart and see if I can take it apart and show you guys what's inside. Ian Matthews, this is for you! More plastic. Just set that over with the other plastic. Shrapnel plastic. Couple more plastic buttons there. There we go. Maybe I can get those screws. Tell you what, more than one way to skin a cat. There's the screw. No metal left behind. Yeah, there's the other screw. I'll fiddle and try to get that out of the plastic a little later. This is the final piece, the back piece of the little directional controller there. I think this is like a motion detector type of thing. So let me go ahead and snip the cord here. Put this with the other wire at the moment. There's some screws on here. Again, we've got some more tri-tip screws. Nintendo loves the tri-tip screws. So. Oh, by the way, guys, this is from that other controller here. So we got some rubber. We've got this piece here where the buttons touch. This is the directional controller there. Go. Put that with the other wire for the time being. I'm going to separate these out. Just trying to keep all the wire together. So we've got that board there, and we've got that board there. Take a look at that. We got a nice little IC right there. We'll go ahead and continue. So far, we got a whole lot of plastic out of this Nintendo. To this day, I wish there was a way that we could recycle that plastic so that it didn't make its way into the landfill. I know that there are certain places throughout the US that you can go and you can deliver the plastic to. You can invest in a shredder and stuff like that and have this pallet size bin of shreddable plastic and you can sell it and recycle it. But if that's just simply not available in this section of the country, we got more plastic here. I think we got a couple more screws here that are hidden. You know, if you like to micro scrap stuff, I highly recommend you get yourself a screwdriver bit set, because I got a whole bunch of bits in here, star bits, hex bits, regular Phillips heads, straight, tri-tipped, all that stuff. And you can get this at like Walmart for like 10, 15 bucks. So we get another piece of plastic here. Boy, there's really not much, not much in this. We got a little bit of wire. Pull that off there. Put that with the other wire. And then we've got this ribbon cable between these two very low grade board slash LED slash motion sensor detector thingies. Rip that off. And I'll put that ribbon wire with the other wire. And we'll keep on going. And the rest of this is just simply plastic. All right, so at this point we get the main body of the Wii left, so we can start taking it apart. We got one screw here, and then we've got a couple of screws here. Let me go ahead and get those out, and then I'll see where any other hidden screws are so we can start taking this puppy apart. I suspect there are screws down here and like underneath these little plates, but we'll find out. Oh, okay, interesting. I didn't know that, but if you pull this little back piece out, it has a little battery in it. Cool. Put that battery over here. Go. There's the screw. Put that over here. And there's another tri-tipped screw there. Let's take a look and see if there's any other screws underneath these pads. Oh, yeah. So let me uncover those real quick. So I uncovered some regular Phillips head screws there, and then two tri-tip screws. So I'll take those out. And there was a third screw there as well. All right, we've got a decent amount out here now. So let's see if I can start taking this thing apart. Oh, there's two more. Well, I'll tell you what, Nintendo definitely put their stuff together well. Gotta hand it to them. There we go. A couple of more tri-tip screws. Let me take those off. All right, we're about to see the inner goodness of this thing here, so let's go ahead and slowly take it apart. I'm going to take that front cover off here. Looks like there's some interesting stuff in here too. We got more screws. Looks like we might have some tiny boards in there. Just kind of fell apart on me here. More plastic. Everything's kind of falling apart at this point. We get more plastic. This is all plastic. There's no metal on that. Plastic, 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 plastic. So we've got this wire attached to these two small boards. There we go. So I'm going to separate the boards from the wires. This is probably one of the most complicated disassemblies I've done in a while. Let me put that with the other wire. Any screws to speak of? None that I can see. Let's see if we can get into the back of this puppy. All right, more plastic. A lot of plastic. Wow, again, we've got two Phillips head screws and two tri-tip screws. Let me go ahead and get those out. I got to be careful, guys, because Nintendo has already proven that they hide screws pretty much everywhere. And look, there's another screw right there. Let's grab that. And there's probably one right here. Oh, yeah. There is. And there's probably one over here. Nope, there's not one there. And there's not one there. But there's two there, and those are tri-tips. Let me get those off. Okay, interesting. More plastic. We get some metal hanging out on the inside here, along with those tri-tip screws that I could not get out to save my life. But I am going to definitely try to get them, so fear not. Let's see if I can get that metal out of there. This is interesting. Let's see if a magnet sticks to it. It does, so that is steel. Just put that over there for now. Nothing left but plastic on that bottom piece. There's a ton of screws here, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and go through those screws real quick. A lot more screws than I anticipated. Okay, we got a little like fan here. A little fan with a motor in it. Screws. Screws. This is not magnetic at all. So it could be stainless steel, it could be brass, it could be aluminum. I'll set that aside. More plastic. Three more screws. Lots of screws. Plastic. Okay. There are more screws in this thing. Non-magnetic. There we go. Plastic, metal, non-magnetic. More screws. Non-magnetic. More plastic. It's interesting so far, you know, because there is a decent amount of metal here, but there's a lot of plastic too. Holy guacamole. There's another screw. You guys let me know in the comments below if you like seeing what you see here, or if you'd prefer to see something else. You know, feel free to let me know, because I am pretty flexible. Now, there's probably a screw or something holding this in place, but I don't see it. All right, we're not quite ready for that yet. All right, that's definitely ferrous. All right, this is our first real look at the motherboard on the Nintendo Wii, which is pretty interesting. This is our Wi-Fi card, I think. Got a nice little aluminum rad. Nice peripherals, nice gold flashing. Okay. Screws, screws, and more screws. All right, nice little aluminum rad. Very nice. And the board, otherwise known as the juicy bit. Both sides of this board actually looks really good. Look at all that gold flashing. Very nice indeed. A lot of IC chips. Got a nice little flat pack there. Yes, I am impressed. Again, that's the wireless. Let's go ahead and clean this up a bit. Put that with the wire. We got some ribbon cable here. All right, let's set that aside. And then I think all we got left from here is just the metal bottom, which is ferrous metal. And you guys know that there's brass in the plug. I always snip the plug. And then of course you got copper in the wire, and you've got a motor in here, not a motor, but power supply. And my scrapyard takes these as power supplies, so I just snip each side and just throw it in a bin. So, and then of course you get your wire here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the bounty of what we have left for the Nintendo Wii. Let's go ahead and start from right to left. As you can see here, we've got a ton of wire. We've got brass with the plug and all that fun stuff. We've got some gold bearing ribbon cables. We've also got a ton of, we got some speakers, we've got the battery, we've got a ton of motors, fans, and optical eyes for the DVD player. We've got some non-ferrous metal here, along with a decent aluminum rad. We've got a decent amount of metal here as well as a smorgasbord of boards, as you can plainly see here, from the motherboard, the controllers, and various other items inside the Nintendo Wii itself. So as you can see here, ladies and gentlemen, this is it. Oh, I forgot, of course, there is the plastic. There is the plastic. As you can clearly see here, there is a lot of plastic that comes out of the Nintendo Wii. Now, as you can see here, ladies and gentlemen, this is the bounty of the Nintendo Wii. If you like what you've seen here, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And until the next time, have a scrap happy day. On a scale of 1 to 10, that Nintendo Wii was probably a 6 in terms of complexity. However, there was some interesting little tidbits in there, as you could plainly see. Anyway, we're going to be moving on to our last and our final video for this marathon, for this montage, for this little string of videos, because this will put us just over the 2-hour mark. The next video and the final video in this little montage is going to be an e-waste recycling process. It's going to be a disassembly. We're going to be micro-scrapping an Electrolux. I hope you enjoy this video. As you can see, the video quality is going up as we go along, as we move along the timeline. We're still in only 2021 in terms of timeline for videos, but as you can see, the video quality is incrementally getting better and better. So let me know what you guys think below. Let me know what you think of these videos below. I'm very interested in hearing your feedback. Enjoy the video. I'll see you in a few minutes. Hey, welcome back to another exciting episode of Gil Skillz. Today, we're going to be micro-scrapping something a little bigger. We're going to be micro-scrapping this Epic Series Electrolux. What a scrubby-dubby. Let's see what this thing has to offer for inner goodness and metals and all that fun stuff. For those of you that have been around for a while, you know what to do. But for those of you that are new to the channel, please feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. It would mean the world to me. It would mean the world to the YouTube algorithm. It would mean the world to the channel. And I would greatly appreciate that. Very much. Very, very, very much. And so would this Electrolux here.
Nope.
So this is going to kind of be interesting because it's so darn tall. I had to kind of get a wide shot. So I think the first thing I'm going to do here is just get all the screws that are visible, and we'll kind of go from there. But I expect a nice juicy motor down here. I think, if I'm not mistaken, this housing down below is aluminum, but we'll see. I'm not 100% sure just yet. So first things first, let's get to some screws. Time lapse now. Looks like there's a metal bar in here. I am going to try to get that out. I'm going to try like heck because, just because. Come on, you goober. No metal left behind on Gil Skillz. That's for sure. I'm going to put this in my vise real quick and get that metal out of there so I can separate the plastic from the metal. There's a decent chunk of steel there.
5 minutes later.
All right, to be continued on this thing. It's starting to really piss me off. All right, so this is the fluid container. I don't believe there's really any metal per se in this other than handle. There are some springs in here and whatnot that I'll grab. I will definitely do that. We got some more screws here. Let's go ahead and get to them. All right, so we've got the coiled up power cord here. It looks like we got some brass here as well. I take it this is for the contact between the cord and the electronics that go into the motor itself. So I'm gonna wanna take off that brass in a little bit. Ah, all right, there's a screw right there. So I should be able to remove some of the plastic. We are the champions of the scrap. All right, put that plastic over there. At least now we can get to the power cord. I'm gonna dismantle all this stuff later on. I'm gonna start a plastic pile. Let's continue with the screw. Oh, okay, how about that? Are there any screw? Oh, there's a couple of screws up there. Bruh. Couple more screws there. There is some copper there with what looks like it could be silver contacts. Should pop off now. It's like an onion. Look at that, right? More plastic. Looks like there might be one more screw, and there is right here. Let's grab that. I lied. There's one more screw over here. I lied. There's one more screw right there. This Electrolux has reached crap ton of screw status. Take that off. Okay. So we got more plastic. Yeah. I knew there was going to be a decent amount of plastic with this micro scrapping excursion, but it looks like we got some more wire, which is really nice. I'm going to take that off there. There we go. Trying to figure out our next move here. So basically this is being held on by this little rod here, which is also like a quick release to fold this up. As you could see, it folded up a couple of times already. I'm gonna figure out how to get that off. We shall see. We shall see. Let's see if I can get it off. Oh, okay, I think I see what's going on here. There's a little tiny... Whoops! There's a little tiny spring coil thingy that's in there. I gotta get that out of there. Let's see if I can find something that would be small enough to allow me to do that. Got a little bit more leverage here. What? Close your eyes! Just want you to get off there. Aha! Come on! That's all I want. Tell you what, these Electroluxes are put together very well. A little too well. Alright, you bastard. Well, at least that got up a little bit more plastic. There. Pins come coming out. It's coming out. Get that out of there. Oh, yeah. Definitely ferrous. Now we can take more plastic out. Look, plastic. And this whole top piece. Oh, there's one more screw up there, so we grab that. Plastic. I'm starting to pile, guys. I'm starting to pile. Jeez. All right. We're getting closer and closer to the base here, so let's grab these two big bolts.
We change it, you know how. Nothing ever stays the same. Once you let it change.
Rubber. All right, we're starting to get down to the nitty-gritty here. And nitty-gritty is a great way to describe this because it's kind of grody. Get that rubber snipped off there. I'm curious. That's aluminum, guys. That's pretty cool. There's a lot of goodies in here. There seems to be like little grommets on the inside here. I'm gonna try to take the top off if I can. All right, hammer time. Okay. Plastic. I still don't understand how that's being held down. Oh, okay. So there are some screws on the inside. Now I've got to figure out how to get those grommets off because I think the next step is the bottom here. I wish there were some obvious screw holes, you know, someplace that I would be able to get in here and get this off of, but there isn't. Oh, okay. All right, so those plastic grommets, once I break those plastic grommets, I should be able to take these off. And these are mostly plastic with brushes. Interesting. All wax on. Wax off. Wax on. Wax off. Okay. All right, let's see if I can get the other two off.
It's like a family tree. Part of you and part of me.
It's 3. Okay, look at that. More plastic. So we got 1, 2 screws, 3 screws. So I'm gonna go ahead and take those out.
And if we should separate, go your own way, I won't wait.
There we go. Okay, fair enough. More plastic. Okay, we got a belt here. We'll go ahead and take that off. Belt! We got a nice little, we got a plastic pulley here, and that's where the motor is. We got a nut here and here that I can see, so I'm going to take those out.
bring the funk back.
Couple of more nice washers. What the hell? Wow. I don't know if that's copper or brass or either, really. Let's find out. This thing is, wow, okay. This thing is the gift that keeps on giving. There we go. All right, that's ferrous. All right. I gotta take these two brass pieces out in order to make this a clean piece of aluminum. So I'm going to do that now. Okay, number 2. All right, so this here is a clean piece of aluminum. It is aluminum. No sticking with the magnet. The magnet fell on the ground. Got it. Okay, so we got this here. Plastic. No metal left behind on Gil Skillz. No metal. Plastic. Oh, plastic. So what we got left here is a few small things here and there. We've got some brass rings that I'm going to try to take out of there. We've got this steel sheet. So it looks like it's pretty straightforward. I should be able to get that out without any issues. And then, of course, the copper. That sweet number 2 insulated copper wire. You'll see the difference now. All right, more ferrous metal. So here's the part where I want to be careful. See, this stuff that's all wound up in here, it could seriously hurt you if, you unwind it too quickly. I want to be super careful when I do that. Oh, that went really well, actually. See if I can get that plastic piece out of there. So I don't have to unwind it, which is awesome because this is a metal piece here. Sweet! And by the way, guys, obviously this is not copper, but I do want to double check just to be sure. Oh yeah, that's definitely not copper. So I'll put that with the ferrous metals. All right, so I'm going to cut that. Cut that! Cut it right here. And then I should be able to get the rest out here. Oh, booyakasha. Plastique. Got some decent brass here, so I'm going to go ahead and take that off. Oh, we got wire. We got more wire. All right, let me get the brass out of there here real quick. Brass! If we change it, you know how. Beautiful brass rings and crap plastic. Brass rings, crap plastic. Not sticking to the magnet. I'm happy with that. All we got left at this point is the motor. So we've got some plastic here. We've got a copper bearing motor in here. We got some bolts and screws and some plastic to get off there so we can clean this up. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. I think that's a brass cog. Does that look like a brass cog to you guys? I think that's a brass cog, but we're gonna find out. It's like a family tree, part of you and part of me. And if we should separate, go your own way, I won't wait. There is we got some, I think that we get a washer here. Let me see if I can take some of this stuff off. Yeah. Washer. I think this is brass. You guys want to place any wagers? You ready? Oh, we have a brass cog here, guys. That is like brass-tacular. And it looks like brass. Let's double check. I mean, it looks brassy, but you never know. Let's just file that. Oh, yeah. We got brass, baby. That is a heavy brass cog, too. All right, so let's see. What else we got here? What do we got left? We got some bolts here, so we'll be able to take the bolts off, get that plastic piece off there. So what we're doing at this point was we're cleaning up the aluminum, and we're trying to free up that copper bearing motor, so we'll have that. And we got a little bit more brass in there. Looks like we might have some more copper in here as well, so let's get to it, shall we? All right, more plastic junk. Let's go ahead and continue here. It looks like we got a screw right there. I'll take that off. Okay, we got a couple of bolts over here. Put that over here for a second there. Try to get rid of some of that grease on the inside there. All right, we got a good portion of that grease out of there. I'm pretty happy with that anyway. So we got one more piece in here that I think is ferrous, so I'm going to take that out. Yep. Ferrous. I think we have another copper piece on the inside here. And I think this one actually goes down this whole shaft here. Shaft. So I'm going to see if I can get it. I'm going to see if I can get it out. I'll be right back. All right, I was able to get the caps. They were actually caps like this out. And I think that they are, again, they're too soft to be brass, I think. So I think they're copper or bronze. I don't know. I'm leaning more toward copper. But you guys let me know in the description below what you think this is. Either copper or bronze as far as I'm concerned. It's not aluminum. That much I do know. I'll be a son of a bitch. Okay. All right. These are brass. I thought that they were copper or bronze, but they're not. They're brass. Yay! So this, it may not look like it, but there's no other metals that are on this, so I'm going to call it clean cast aluminum. Yay-goes! Let's see, what do we got left? So let's see if I can hammer that out and separate these.
You'll see the difference now. If we change it, you'll know.
All right. So we got a little bit of copper on the inside here. You can definitely take your time and try to get that out. Set that aside. I'll probably set this aside as like a mixed metal type of thing, or put it with my power supplies or something like that, because I don't know, it's just not worth my time trying to get that out. This, on the other hand, is super easy, so I will be trying to get that out at some point. We get these springs here, which look weird. They're not magnetic springs, so I don't know if this is like a tin or aluminum. Could possibly be brass, but I doubt it. Do you know who would make a brass spring? Because I don't know. I don't know who would make a brass spring. Are my eyes deceiving me? That is a brass spring. Oh my God. Okay, I'll put that with the brass. Maybe it's nickel-plated brass or something like that. So we got that here. I'll set that aside for a moment. And it looks like we got some brass either side of this here. Wow. Okay. How the heck do I get that out without breaking the bank or my fingers? Let's see. Okay. You don't want to come out, do you? Neither one of these want to come out. Ferrous. All right, I'm going to crush this so I can get the brass out of it. Yes! I'll be right back. There's one. It crumbles. It slices. It dices. Brass? Brass. The only thing is I got to get that graphite out of there. I think that's graphite. Get out of there! All right, metal, brass. Brass. And all right, ladies and gentlemen, here we have the bounty of this Electrolux. Here we've got all of this metal here, this ferrous metal, as you can see right here. Now, if you take a look right over here, there is some aluminum. This whole casing here is aluminum and non-ferrous, which is awesome. Now here we've got some aluminum as well from the copper bearing motor that propelled the brushes and whatnot, which is totally awesome as well. We've got some mixed metal here. We've got some steel mixed in with some copper, which I'm not going to separate. It's kind of a pain in the butt to separate that. We've also got a decent amount of brass here. We got a big heavy brass cog, which is amazing. So we got all this brass. Now this here stumped me. So I'm not really 100% sure what this is. I thought at first maybe it was copper. Then I'm like, well, maybe it's brass. But it doesn't look like traditional brass. So I've heard other scrappers toss around the term red brass, or it could be bronze. I don't know. But you guys let me know in the description below what you think this possibly could be. But it's obviously a different color compared to some of the other brass that came out of this micro scrapping excursion today. Here we've got the core of the transformer right here, along with the number 2 insulated copper wire that came from the cord. And we've also got the brass with the pins here as well. And then, of course, last but not least, holy guacamole, look at all that plastic. It's a shame, really. I really hope that there is some sort of recycle center in the near future that comes to Bangor or some immediate local area that I can take the stuff and put it or give it to them. Because right now this goes in the trash, and you guys know that the trash ends up in the landfill, especially around here in rural areas. So I hope to see that change real soon. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, this is the micro scrapping episode of Gil Skillz with the Electrolux. If you like what you've seen here, please feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And until the next time, please have a scrap happy day. Well, that's it for this montage, ladies and gentlemen. I have to say thank you very much if you made it this far in. I really appreciate you watching. It means a lot to me. It means a lot to my channel and, of course, the YouTube algorithm. So if you really want to see more of these montage type of videos, feel free to drop a comment below and let me know. But until then, until the next time, I'll keep pumping out the videos for you. And I think I said this already, but until the next time, have a scrap happy day. Bye.